Welcome back to Fantasy 1.0. Today we're going to talk about minor leaguers to keep an eye out for early in the season.
And yield for the apocalypse, yeah. It's the apocalypse, yeah.
Okay, so I created a list of minor league players that are most likely going to be optioned down to AAA or AA when the season starts. But for the most part, these guys are an injury away from being up on the rosters. And they're really talented. So these guys could make an impact on your team this year. Keep an eye out for them. Pick them up on waivers before they come up. Starting off at catcher, Francisco Mejia for the Indians. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, he's amazing. Again, he could come up. I think there's a couple outfield spots or infield spots he can play as well. So keep an eye out for him. Just see if he's going to be coming up around the Super 2 time or not. Ryan McMahon, first base for the Rockies. So when they signed Cargo, that kind of bumped him down one spot in the depth chart. But when you're looking at guys like Ian Desmond and Cargo himself, I think he's an injury away of coming up and making an impact on that team. Scott Kingery, second baseman for the Phillies. I don't see him bumping Cesar Hernandez, but Maikel Franco over at third. From what I understand, this guy's got some versatility, so he can play around the outfield. If Franco has another year where he gets off to a slow start and he's striking out all the time, you could see Kingery coming up and making an impact. Gleyber Torres at shortstop. People project him to be a Francisco Lindor one day. I don't know if I see that, but I do see a path to playing time. If there's an injury to Drury and or Neil Walker, this guy could be coming up and filling in at second or third. Just keep an eye out for him if he comes up mid-season or anytime before that, because he's going to be playing in a potent Yankees lineup, and this guy was the #1 ranked minor league prospect last year, and I think the year before as well. Third base, Nick Senzel. This is one guy that I'm sort of staking my claim on. Third baseman for the Reds. They're playing him all over the infield, so they're playing him at second, they're playing him at short, they're playing him at third. They've said he's an injury away from coming up. I see him displacing Jose Peraza this year, and he can hit. So this is somebody, I've got this guy on some of my teams right now where I've got a deep enough bench. I've got him stashed away already. Moving to the outfield, Willie Calhoun. I thought he was going to start the season with the Rangers. They sent him down, so I don't know how long that's going to be for. I thought he was going to have an impactful bat right out of the gate with the team. Keep an eye on him, because when they bring him up, they're going to play him, and he's good. Victor Robles. So Michael Taylor, if anything happens with him, and or there's any sort of an injury to the outfield, Adam Eaton's just recovering himself. But if this guy's coming up, he's going to come up and he's going to stay. Nationals have a great lineup. He'll likely be hitting near the bottom of it to start out. But he's an impactful player on a really good team. So that's another guy you want to keep your eye out for. Austin Hayes was projected to start, I think, as right field in Baltimore. Didn't appear to be the case. Looks like he's going down to AAA. That's somebody that could come up early to mid-season. Keep an eye on him. Maybe not necessarily stash him, but keep an eye out for any reports about him coming up and snatch him up on waivers. And I didn't forget him, Ronald Acuna. So he's going as early. He's like the next Mike Trout, which I believe it partially. He's going as high as the 6th round. Don't draft him in the 6th round. But if you can see him, around pick 100, and he's still there, which he likely won't be because people are going crazy over him. Pick him up. He's going to be down for a couple weeks until they sort of that playing time, extra year of eligibility for him. They're going to bring him right up. He's going to play in the outfield, and he's going to be good. I know he's only 20 years old, but he looks great. I don't know if he's going to be as good as Ozzie Albies, their second baseman, but that guy's got a year more of service ahead of him. But anyways, Acuna, pick that guy up right off the bat. If you get him, if you can pick him up in the 8th round, do it. Throw him on your bench. Wait the 2 weeks, and you should be all set. So there you go. Those are some rookies you got to keep an eye out for, and there's a couple you might want to draft. Stick on the end of your bench as well.